Welcome back to our Anno 1800 series, modded with the New Horizon mod that opens a whole new region in Asia. Over here, this is one of my islands, and this one a bit bigger. We have two new tiers of population, some new concepts, some new wonders, and much more. We also have a whole new tier of population in the old world. Sorry, I didn't put it over here. The magnates. These are this big building over here. Even if they are not skyscraper yet, but it seems we can, these are already a lot of people. Speaking of skyscraper, in the last episode we did start to have some skyscraper level 1. I have even gone to level 2 in between the two episodes. And in this episode we definitely will plan to go even more. In the last episode, don't hesitate to check in the video description below, of course, if you want to see the full playlist. We also completely revamped the production side of Crownfall. We took out all of the farms and many of the buildings that are not kind of nice to have, like the pig farms, etc. And we moved them with also the addition on many islands of the commuter pier so that we can have a shared workforce. We move them on other islands. So this is, for example, paper and sand. We have over here my potatoes and the fish. We have on this one over here the salpetre clothes or work clothes that you can see over here, and a lot of wheat. We have then on this one over here hop and sand. We have over here all of my animal farms, a lot of animal farms over here for the pigs. There are many are paused, by the way, because it's just too many. I'm not producing way too much. We have also here the beef, we have the sausage, we have the soap. So all of these are great, working perfectly. And yeah, with this in Crownfall, we are left with the actual end production, like the schnapps, the beer, the bread, the canned food. And then on the other side, we have the more kind of mechanized part of it, right, with all of these that are connected to electricity. You can see a couple of these oil power plants all along, and they're also all covered with trade unions. So we have one over here, one there, another one over here, there, and here, so that we can start to put a couple of items. But more importantly, we can have access to the Department of Labor Skilled Labor Act, which gives you every 3 cycles 1 good for free. So that's a huge boost. We have also finished in between the two episodes the World Fair. So let's complete it and see what happens. Oh, the Queen is exultant to see the World's Fair at Crownfall. She's very happy. So she's gonna, send us a gift. Let's check it out, and then I can also start using it. It's not the most overpowered thing, but still good to have. Here it is. She has given us 2 things. Fernando is really good. It takes out the coffee need of an entire population and gives you also some happiness. And then we have for the clockmaker and jewelers to produce some gold. Okay, why not? Why not? So we're gonna deliver them. And that is a good reminder that maybe we should start putting a couple of town halls from time to time. Speaking of town halls, I have also started to expand the population as we planned in the last episode. So here, this is now all engineers. Now we have the artisans over there, and slowly but surely I'm also increasing all of, oops, wrong one. I wanted to do the farmers over here, so you can see there is no more farmers there. There's just a few on this side, but this is some nice population. I think we can still continue to have even more engineers if we want. Oh, what do you want, Archie? Oh, you want a photograph of the World Fair. But speaking of the farmers, the reason why I don't have a lot of farmers here anymore is because I've moved them somewhere else. I've moved them over there, and I've also moved the jam. You can see this used to be jam production, and now there's no more jam production, so let's just take out also the trees. But on the other hand there, I felt it was cool to have, the farmer city in middle all of the trees. I'm maybe gonna even add a few more. Of course, they won't be at 100% of productivity. If I put one over here, for example, Yeah, it's gonna be at 60-70%, but I think that looks super cool. Even there, you know, I put they are not definitely at 100% productivity. They look nice, they look nice. And then we have another one on this side. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put also more trees here. It's like the farming community hidden towards the lake over here and hidden also between the trees. So that's the farmers. I was considering or thinking about, you know, where we're gonna put all of the scholars. They do need electricity and they also need access, you know, to the university. So I'm thinking maybe actually I'm going to move them over here because we do have, you know, electricity already actually on this side. How come we have electricity over here? Where is... Oh, so there's one here. Okay, is this maybe this is the one that's providing electricity? So we already have, you know, those two here providing electricity. So maybe we put all of the, all of the scholars on this side. Then maybe this is going to become even more artisans. We won't need that anymore for artisans this way. And I'm thinking maybe we put the iron tower over here, not the iron tower, sorry, the Skyline tower over here next to the iron tower. But before, one other things we may want to do is if we look at my tourist over here, they're getting everything over here 100%. They're getting everything on this side 100%. Now on that side, they are now getting the world fair, so that's great. They are missing the Skyline tower, as I said, but they're getting the world fair, perfect. Just checking, yeah, 100%, 100%, perfect. In terms of the world fair, it does require electricity, by the way, but with this, you will be able, you know, to find basically things. For example, here, 3 rare and uncommon artifact for your museum. The more investors you have, the more you're gonna unlock better ones. And you have the same for the other one, like this is ornaments, this is machines and inventions, and this is relics and antiquities. You can also buy most of those things, but still, it's good to have it. Let's take a picture while we're here. My city is starting to become more and more beautiful, right? Between here, between the hotel, the palace, and the world fair. Okay, in terms of the Skyline, we have a whole quest too. They're talking about the panorama effect. They're talking about new patterns for these department stores. Right now we only have one. This is again a bit like the restaurant and things like this. You have multiple recipes that you can unlock, and you can see for most of them, once you've provided your citizen with toasters and accepted the hunt for the new patents, you should attempt to fulfill his demand, right? So you're gonna have new patents. Oh, he's going to give us maybe a Grand Eastern. That would be great. This is a really, really good ship. We could also potentially get the recipe for it, so we can build them ourselves later on. So, good news. He needs a massive propeller. Okay, where is it that gonna be? Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. What else? Yes, so as I was saying, you know, many of these relics or items you can also find, for example, over here. But remember that the more you reroll, the more it's gonna cost you of money. And this is, by the way, why I'm a bit low on money. I've been rerolling a lot. Okay, but yeah, as I was saying, you know, the goal now is to try to go to higher skyscrapers, but also to start giving new productions to my magnate. Right now they are unhappy and they're not getting many of those things here. So we're gonna start with the happiness. Oh, this one is actually happy. Interesting. Plus the because there is a festival plus 40. That's great. That's great. So what is that? The fountain paints. Let's see how we can make. I cannot make that. Okay. So it's unlocked, but I cannot make it. That's not very nice, but that definitely basically means we should try to get more magnates ASAP. So I'm thinking these guys over here, you're gonna become magnates. Done. With that, hopefully we unlock some new production. Yes, here it is. So the fountain paints, oh my god, so many new things. Okay, I'm gonna start that production. We have the same, okay, the good thing is we have some similar productions, but still, We have the tea coming from the new region. Cheese over here. Wow, that's a lot of new stuff, including, I think, yeah, to get this, we would need some imports. I deleted it, but we're gonna rebuild, you know, the foreign company over here somewhere. Okay. And yeah, let me start a few of those production. I'll see you in a minute. And it is, ladies and gents, we have a few new productions over here. This is going well. Look at my magnets. They are getting some radios, they are getting some tea from Ori, and they are getting some blue cheese. And these two are generating some trade license. This is what you can see over here. I don't have a lot, but I'm starting to make some, and I'm starting to then use them over here. This is, you know, an import peer that is going to take some of those trade license and get me some noble mushrooms. Now, speaking of those mushrooms, I think there's a way to buy them. So maybe I'm going to start buying them. But there is other thing, for example, over here, this is tabulators. Here we have the bourbon whiskey. So that is pretty cool. This is thanks again to those storages there, right? I'm not too sure why. Okay, yeah, some reserve then, that's fine. And yeah, as I said, I moved also the research institute and some first scholars on this side here. And we actually have a mission to start playing with the research institute, which is something really, really powerful. I mean, you can do things like change, you know, the moving your deposit, change the ore deposit. So instead of a coal mine, you get, for example, an iron mine, etc. You can change your fertilities. So that's really powerful. Here we have also some ways to make some new world production like coffee, rum, and cotton in the old world. And then last but not least, over here, we have a way to build many Great Easterns, to build upgraded peers, as well as campus extension permit. That's the only one we can do right now, because all these, they cost, you know, 5,000, for example, here of research. We only have 1,000. To get more research points, we need more scholars. To get more scholars, we need campus extension permits. So that's what we're gonna research now. It's gonna take a bit of time. And again, this requires electricity too. But yeah, when this is done, we'll be able to have more scholars. I may want to also start doing the, you know, the productions for the scholars. But for now, as I said, I'm working more on these. So first, the radios over here. So we have the radio works, love it, you know, 118. But this will take some detector receivers and some celluloid. You are able to make celluloid in the new world. This is not something new. This is over here. It does require, as you can see, some investor skyscrapers, level 2, 15 of them to be precise. So we don't have that yet. Why did I? Oh yes, I was building something over here. So give me 1 second before I forget. So we were getting more cinnamon on this place, and that means I also need to transport it. Oh, I don't have any transport ship over here. So which island was that? The tobacco and gold. Okay, so yeah, let's get quickly a new trade route going up. So tobacco and gold, which one is it? Here we should find some cinnamon. Yeah, here it is. We're gonna deliver it back to Manola. Done. Okay, so yes, there is, as I was saying, a way to make it in the new world, but now with this new mod, we also have a way to make it in the old world. This is over here. It's gonna take some oil, so you need to put it close to one of your railway, and it's going to produce that celluloid. So that's great. That's happening over here, not a problem. We need also, as I said, those detector receivers. This is going to take some steel and some brass. So I've actually expanded those production. You can see we have, where is it? One more steel over here, 2 more brass there. And it takes something new also, the Galena. Now, the Galena is a very small building. Where did I put it? Over here. Very small, but it needs to be in range of a mine. And it will also consume some timber to make this Galena, using also a bit more workforce. So it increases the workforce of your normal mine. And mine does need to also work, by the way. But yeah, with this, we have started to make those radios. So that's good. I did decrease it because we don't need that much. Right, if I do this, you'll see producing 2, we don't even need to. So all good there. We have then next door the production of cheese. It's gonna use some milk. We're making a lot of milk, that's not a problem. We're making also a lot of sugar in the new world, sending it here. What we do need is those noble mushroom. And for now, I think the only way to get it is here, or to get it at Sir Archibald, as it shows you over here. So if we check it at Sir Archibald here, we should see indeed some mushroom. 1,000 of purchase price, it's expensive, but it's not crazy either. I mean, if you look at, for example, those gramophone, it was 27,000, right? But it is more expensive than everything else, like the sewing machine. I do think we should do it, so let's go. We're gonna go there and go there. I will not buy too much though, like we're not gonna go too crazy. We're gonna put just 2. Okay, and let's get started with this. And this way, if I go back here, I can pause now this one. And instead, I can maybe start using that one, which will give me some tabulators, because I don't think we can actually make tabulators. I think the only way to do them is to import them. And this is also needed, not here, but in the lifestyle need. In the lifestyle need, like I said in previous episode, we have some things we know well, like beer, the restaurant, some tortillas, some illuminated scripts, some weapons, and some motors. I have started, some trade routes, so this should get soon here. But we also have those tabulators over here, also the bourbon whiskey that we saw here. And we have lastly those cars at 4,000 magnets. But yeah, before we get to 4,000, we need to get to 3,000. And feels like even with, maybe it will be like 6 magnets, plus 8, plus 5. Yeah, I think actually we may be able to get there, this 3,000. And then I'll see. Now in the meantime, we do know that we want to also continue expanding, right, all of these. For this, the next one is chewing gum. I've started the department store. The next one is chewing gum. And this will unlock, at 15 level 3, we will unlock this. Oh, wait, no, this is the engineers. Let's look at the investors. Next is the biscuit with 2 investors level 2. So 15 level 2. So let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. Now there is many ways, to get kind of the right panorama. I'm not gonna go too complex. I'm gonna do something like, wait, that is not at all what I wanted to do. I upgraded them into magnets. With U, instead press I. This is how you get them to the higher level. I'm not sure why they can't be now. They need a bit of time to get there. Okay, that's fine. I'll give them time. You're gonna go there, you're gonna go there, and with that we have the max panorama effect, which means we make tons of money, and I love making money. But more importantly, as I was saying, we can make sure to also upgrade a few more. So let's go. You're going to be here, up, up, up. Upgrading a few different ones. Alright, mixing level 1 and level 2. This is how we can get higher panorama effects. Ooh, take heed. This is part of the quest line for, the tower. And it is, now that we have tortillas, the humility script, motors, we have been able to unlock the bourbon. So I'm also giving this, making even more money than before, even if, to be honest, it's only just money, so it's not that important, I think. But most importantly, we have also unlocked the final needs over here, the silk vest. So we're gonna start making these. Unfortunately, they take a lot of things I don't have right now. And then we have also unlocked everything on this side. Now, the fountain pen, the porcelain, and the sake, this requires production from the New World Ori. So we're gonna do that later. On the other hand, the subway substation, you know, this is a building, costs a lot of money, but and takes a big space, but that's just a building. So that's easy to place. Look at this beautiful asset that is also in another mod, but look at this, there's even animations, right? That is amazing in front of all of these magnates. But yeah, for the vest, look at this. It takes a lot of things, but it's things that we're already making. Cotton meal from the New World, we're making that. Pigment from the New World, we're making that too. And you can also make them, oh no, wait, this is, or maybe it's the same. I think you can make it both in the New World and in Ori. And this one is from Ori, but we were already making it. So I'm gonna bring a bit of it so that we can see this silk vest tailoring, which I built just over here for now. Here it is. So yeah, we're missing those two, but I'm bringing them. Their ships on their way. Now we don't need actually 4. So let's decrease that production. Where are you? Who's making that? What? Where are you? This is made by artisans. Did I miss it? Oh, it's not there. Okay. So I cannot decrease, I guess, the productivity. Maybe that's a small bug. Because even for the new ones, you know, like the radio or the milling, it was possible. But for this one, I don't see it. And it is, ladies and gents, a few minutes later, we have some pigment that have arrived and some silk vests have started to be produced. So my magnate should be, I mean, it says unhappy because on happiness, they're missing a few things, but they are very happy in terms of their needs, right? They're getting everything. And so we can actually get even a first skyscraper of magnate. I know one of you has asked me a couple of episodes ago, can we have skyscraper of magnate? Well, yes, we can. Here it is. It's a level 1 and you can go similar to, you know, investors. We can get it to level 2 when we give the chewing gum. So cool to see the gold dome at the top. But yeah, now that we have done all of the basic productions for magnets, I think it is time in the next episode to try to get to the maximum level of skyscraper. All right, we're gonna try to push these magnets to the max level, which I think along the way will also push us to get, you know, our investors and maybe our engineers also to higher level of skyscrapers, so that we can also, by the way, unlock, we can't see it yet, but you know, the Skyline tower, which is the only thing missing over here, right? Skyline tower, that's the only thing missing for my tourists. They have everything else. We do have quite a bit of population workforce over here, so I'm not too worried. I think we're doing really well here. So we're gonna do that, right? We're gonna focus on pushing these to the higher level, and then we will still also need to do those happiness needs, which basically will require us to continue pushing in Ori. There is quite a few production we still haven't done in Ori, and we haven't really started or finished all of the wonders. I think it'd be good. These same contracts of the foreign trading company, we can also potentially do them here, but for different resources. Here we're talking about tungsten, silver bars, diamonds. So yeah, there's quite a few things for us still to be done there. I hope you're still enjoying this series. I'm having tons of fun being back into Anno 1800, discovering this whole new region over here, discovering this whole new tier of population. And honestly, I didn't think they had gone as far as creating also skyscrapers for these ones. I love this subway station, really cool animation. Yeah, we definitely still have a couple more episodes. Please smash like button and I hope to see you next time.